the ongoing local government commission for inquiry, because as the commission goes continued inquiries and presses forward with its probe into financial irregularities at the Banjul City Council, Mayoress Lowe returned to the witness stand to address questions of a series of payments linked to her office. The latest session focuses on disbursement made to the former Deputy Public Relations Officer Fatou Mbengue to vouchers bearing the mayor's name. Our reporter Mamadi Barrow has more details of that in this report.
The local government commission of inquiry continues to probe alleged financial mismanagement at the Banjul City Council, with Mayoress Lowe making a second appearance before the panel this week. Her testimony offered further insight into the council's disbursement practices and reignited questions over the accountability mechanisms governing public funds. In her earlier testimony, Mayor Lowe had characterized her role in the council's financial operations as largely ceremonial, asserting that the chief executive officer holds exclusive authority over expenditure. She also admitted to having limited knowledge of the Finance and Audit Act as well as the Financial Manual, two critical instruments regulating public finance. During his latest hearing, the lead counsel confronted the mayoress with a series of payment vouchers, including one for $400,000 disbursed in her name as part of BCC's support to victims. When asked whether she had instructed Fatou Mbengue, the former deputy PRO, to initiate the request, Mayor Lowe reiterated that spending authority remains solely with the CEO. Asked specifically whether the $400,000 transaction had been properly retired, Mayor Lowe responded that she was confident Fatou Mbengue had completed the retirement process, adding the beneficiaries of that money are all alive.
I am sorry, Fatou Mbengue didn't want to retirement be.
I'm sure Fatou Mbengue will do the retirement.
Alhamdulillah,
and blessing to God, the monies, those she gave the monies to, I think they are all alive.
And
I think I will add some to it.
400,000.
This 400,000.
You vote on victims if
that does not take the victims anywhere.
Man, personally, my family.
For me, personally, my family
spending about 350,000 extra silolo.
They have spent more than 350,000.
Mota, it was very painful.
This is why, or that was why it is very painful. It was very painful.
Interpret as Fatou Mbengue the halis when you in the customer office job command.
To interpret like Fatou Mbengue took the monies and bring it to my office.
As I said
earlier on,
the process might be wrong.
The process might be wrong.
No,
the process is wrong.
Okay, it's wrong.
It's wrong, yes.
Now, the amount, like I've always been saying, my position with the lawyers is that even if it is $1, it's public funds. And there's a law that governs how to do expenditure with respect to public funds.
Another continuous transaction involved a $30,000 payment to Mbengue, allegedly intended for media houses to support a town hall meeting. Mayor Lowe considered that the payment did not follow legal procedures and acknowledges it was unlawful. The commission raised concerns as to why the mayoress failed to ensure proper protocols was observed in this case. For the scrutiny arose over $100,000 check reportedly issued in Mbengue's name for fire victims. The mayor explained the check was written in Mbengue's name because the victims were unable to cash the funds themselves.
And the money was paid to her?
I don't know that we pay to the victims themselves. Why have not the land in the hands of victims?
Well, for the payment, I can't tell exactly where the payment was done, whether to Fatou Mbengue or to the victims directly. But all I'm assured of is that the victims have got the monies. And even if the monies was paid through Fatou have paid it to the victims.
Why does it have to be paid through to your office, through Fatou Mbengue?
Then a lot of halis be you for office Fatou Mbengue.
I think I can vividly remember this fire disaster in Banjul. So li tax bañ ko fay si Fatou Menga sax mooy ne ñoom the victim themselves ñoom dafa fekk seen bagage yëpp lakka.
I think I can remember this exactly because the reason why it was paid to Fatou Mbenga is that the victims, it happens at that time, all their belongings were burnt out.
So amuñ ID card, amuñ anything.
They were without ID cards and they have nothing.
So ñu fay ko si Fatou.
Then we paid to Fatou.
But if I can remember.
But if I can fully remember.
I don't know whether biñoo joxe xaalis bi.
I can't know exactly whether when this money was being given out.
ñoom ñoo ñëw si council or ñun ñoo fa demoon.
Whether they came to council or we council went to them.
Why to just sum it up.
But to make it short, to sum it up.
Victims si ñoom ñu ngi fi.
The victims are around.
Wow.
This session raised broader concerns about whether procurement procedures were bypassed and whether internal controls at BCC were routinely undermined in favor of informal authorizations. As the inquiry nears its conclusion, the Commission is expected to determine whether these transactions reflect isolated lapses in oversight or point to a deeper culture of administrative neglect at the Banjul City Council. Whether these findings pave the way for institutional reform or underscore entrenched malpractice will depend on the Commission's final recommendations. Reporting for Eyeafrica News,